Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Pazinski again to share another book with you. Now, today I'm going to share a book with you that has a special meaning to me. And I want you to try to guess what that might be. And this book is called Sonya's Chickens. And I have a secret to tell you. My name is actually Tanya. That's my first name. And my son noticed this book, and he made this little T on a Post-it note, and he stuck it right over the S, so it spells Tanya's Chickens. That's a big hint about what it is that's special to me about this book. So let's read it. So this is called Sonya's Chickens, and it is by Phoebe Wahl. And I'm reading it with permission of the publisher, which is Tundra Books. One day, Sonya's papa came home with 3 fluffy chicks. He gave the chicks to Sonya. It can be your job to take care of them, he told her. The chicks lived in a cardboard box in the house while Sonya and her parents spruced up the old coop in the backyard. Sonya took good care of the chicks. She liked to keep them tucked in her sweater for warmth. "I'll be your mama," she told them. Sonya took her job of tending to the chickens very seriously, and they grew quickly into gawky pullets. And you know what, boys and girls? A pullet is the name of a female chicken, kind of at the teenager age. So not just a little itty-bitty chick, but a pullet is when they get a little bit bigger and they start to get feathers. They start to grow feathers, and all that little fluffy stuff kind of starts to go away. So that's what a pullet is. As her mama and papa went about their duties on the farm, Sonya was proud to do her part. Everywhere Sonya went, her little birds were at her heels, peeping loudly. Every morning, Sonya would rise to the crow of the old rooster and let the chickens out of their coop to forage and play. Sonya made sure her chickens had enough water. She cleaned their coop and gave them fresh straw. She fed them by scattering cracked corn on the ground and even let them peck it from her hands. Sometimes the chickens found worms for their dessert. In Sonya's care, they were soon healthy, full-grown hens. Does anybody want to take a guess at something that full-grown hens might do? Let's find out. One morning, Sonya found a smooth brown egg nestled in one hen's straw bed. She put the soft egg against her cheek. "Thank you," she said. Sonya was a good mama to her chickens. Every night, Sonya made sure the chickens were tucked safely in their coop. As they cooed and clucked themselves to sleep, Sonya would latch the coop door and carefully shut the gate behind her before heading into her own warm home. And you know what the funny thing about chickens are? Chickens actually put themselves to bed. So it starts to get dark, and that's sort of that cue that the chickens say, "You know what? We got to go back to our coop." One chilly night, Sonya woke to a ruckus of squawking and shuffly bump noises from outside. Her heart beating quickly, she rubbed sleep from her eyes and pulled on her boots and crept out to check on her birds. The night sky was big and cold, and Sonya wished she had woken her papa to keep her safe from the rustling bushes and shadows. The floor of the coop was frosted with feathers, and Sonya cried out as she counted not 3 but 2 frightened chickens cowering in the rafters above. The third was nowhere to be seen. Sonya burst into tears, and before she knew it, strong arms scooped her up and she cried into her papa's beard. Sonya's papa carried her into the house and held her close. When Sonya had exhausted herself with crying, she asked, "What took her? A fox? It's not fair." "Shh," said Sonya's papa. "What might seem unfair to you might make sense to a fox." And he told her a story. "The fox who took your chicken lives in the woods beyond the field," Sonya's papa said. "He works hard every day to find food to bring home to his babies. Most of the time he can find mice and moles, but sometimes the fox needs a big meal for his family, so he does everything he can to find one. He didn't know or care that it was our chicken he took. He just saw a chance to feed his family. I know you feel sad, but you wouldn't want those baby foxes to go hungry, would you?" Sonya thought about it. "No," she said, "I guess not." "The fox's baby is called a kit, like a baby chicken is a chick, and you are a child," said Sonya's papa. "I do everything I can to make sure you are happy and have a full belly, so you have a full belly and a warm place to sleep. You did everything you could to make sure your chicks were happy and had full bellies and a warm place to sleep, because you love your chicks like I love you. The fox is no different. He loves his kits too. So even though it's sad for us, we can understand why he did it." The next morning, Sonya laid a few special stones to mark a grave for her chicken in the corner of the yard, and together she and her family remembered their hen who had been soft, who had loved worms, and who had laid that first smooth brown egg. "A bird who was loved," Sonya's mama said, giving her a kiss. Sonya's heart was heavy, but as she mourned her chicken, she thought too of the happy baby foxes living deep in the woods. And boys and girls, you know what? I want to tell you something. The reason why this book is special to me was because I had a similar incident happen where a fox got one of my chickens. And so that's my secret, that I have chickens. And a fox got one, and it made me so sad. But you know what? The interesting thing is that I also know that there's a mommy fox and babies that are in our neighborhood. And the mommy fox has to feed her feed her kits too. So although it is sad, that's kind of how animals take care of their young. So it is sad, but having chickens and seeing them and knowing that my chicken was happy and that the little baby kits are happy, makes me feel a little better. Sonya and her family repaired and reinforced the broken siding of the coop where the fox had gotten in. And while she was a little sad, Sonya remained vigilant in caring for her 2 other hens. That means she was very, very careful and watched over those 2 hens. She cleaned their coop and gave them fresh straw and scattered crackle corn for them to eat. Best of all was the day that smooth brown egg began to crack. To her delight, Sonya had a brand new chick. I will be your mama, she said, and I will do everything I can to make sure you are happy and have a full belly and a warm place to sleep. And she did.